Gearheads, Cory coming at you from the Houston Auto Show once again, and I'm joined by Bryan
with the Brake Check Show.
Go check them out, brakecheckshow.com. But we just wanted to take a quick moment to do a walk around this big beast from Jeep, from Wagoneer, back behind us, and that is the new Tahoe competitor from Jeep, the Wagoneer. Not the Grand Wagoneer, mind you, just the Wagoneer. So let's check it out.
Not the Grand, but we do have the Wagoneer behind us, which I think is pretty cool. We've talked a lot about the Grand Wagoneer, which we saw last year at an event. This is the Wagoneer. This is not the Escalade competition. This is the Expedition competition.
And the Tahoes.
Yes.
The Yukons.
The Yukons, right. Armadas, all the above. Pretty cool, really speaking to me a lot. Obviously, you have the Grand Wagoneer right there, which is for Broadway. And this is for the school run, and oh wait, we're going camping next week, so it kind of does that too. So this has the advanced off-road package, which gives you Quadra-Track 2. You can get Quadra-Track 1 or 2 on this vehicle, and it also gives you all-terrain tires, skid plates, and tow hooks. So think of it like a mild off-road package. It's not going to go down the Rubicon Trail very well, although it might. It is going to do everything you really want to do in real life, though, and still take the kids. So let's look at the interior. You do have Macintosh stereo still. It's not the premium one you get in the Grand Wagoneer. And I'm going to jump in here. Let's talk about the interior. Okay. We're on the inside. We're in the first class row, which is the front, and we still have a gazillion screens in this thing. It is not up there with the 75 inches of screen the Grand Wagoneer has. But we do have a big touchscreen here in the middle. We do have Cory's favorite, piano black, around all the things you need to touch, which makes very little sense. But it is very nice. You do have the very good tactile feel of all the controls in here, which I like a lot. And a very, let's see, what do you want to call this wood?
Plood? Plastic wood?
Oh, plood. The plood, yeah, a lot of plood. While I like the pattern, it is glossy and it's very obvious that it's not real, so don't expect a whole lot from it. And Cory, this porch here, what do you think of this?
I think it cheapens everything.
Cheapens the space?
Definitely better in the Grand Wagoneer trim.
That's true.
Definitely more upscale and built for that trim level.
But this one is going to be priced for mere mortals, so I think I might compromise on that and let it go a little bit. So, nice place to be. I do like the steering wheel a lot. Let me see this real quick. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So the Grand Wagoneer steering wheel is pretty cool. It has like this kind of oval feel going wide. It's still round. It does have a simulated flat bottom here, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. This is not a Lambo last time I checked, but it is here. It feels good. The thickness is right. You do have a digital cluster in the center there, which a lot of cars are going to now. And I'll be honest, you're the tech guy. I prefer a dial, but you prefer that stuff. What do you think?
When it comes to the gauges, I actually own a 2014 Jeep Cherokee, and we had the center helper screen, which has the fuel gauge on it, go out on us. That was a scary point in time. So I'm when it comes to the important information, I'm a little more old school.
Okay. Well, you know, the good news is, I guess gauges break too, although I've never had a gauge break. Have you ever? No, never happened. So, but in time, this stuff won't be a reliability issue. It is a nice place to sit in. I do like the breakup. So if you look at the door panel, you've got a leather top, the plood, and then the Macintosh speaker and all that stuff. I like how everything breaks up in a 3-tier pattern. My co-host Craig would not like the busyness of interiors these days, but I'm okay with it. Oh, look at this one. It has an actual built-in safe. Would you look at that? That's great for any type of...
we are in Texas.
transport of cookies or
yes.
making the school run. Make sure the kids don't get into the snacks. That's what that's there for.
There you go. There you go.
It's to protect the cookies.
Absolutely.
Not for anything else.
No.
Not for any pew-pews or anything like that.
No.
No. Okay. All right. So looking back, we do have a tri-pane sunroof. Look at that thing.
And it's available on all trim levels. You don't have to go all out to get the tri-pane.
That's pretty cool. A lot of times if you want that, you got to go up to the top tier and that kind of stuff. Pretty interesting. I like how the armrest is separated here. So you do have a panel in the middle, so you and your significant other don't bump elbows too much. That's nice. Let's check out the second class. Second row. Let's do some adjusting because we can recline in this. Very nice, quite comfortable. No headroom problem in this one. The Grand Cherokee L, I did have a little bit of hair rubbing. I'm not experiencing that here, which is pretty cool. Now, as a realistic parent, I'm glad there's not a center console here because there's no flipping seats. You need someone in the third row, they just walk around and go. No big deal. You do have this cup holder that's built into the floor and does not flip up. That's kind of interesting. But it looks like it's very kick-worthy. So when your kids go crazy, that won't just snap off in 2 seconds. So that's probably a good move. We don't have the quad zone climate control, but you do have a 3-zone climate control here. So the back row has its own zone, well, back rows, and the 2 front seats have their independent zones. That's pretty good. I don't know that kids need 2 separate zones back here. Pretty cool with that. So we do have the low class third row back here.
I'll crawl back there later and we'll throw some B-roll.
Right. It's down right now, and there's a lot of room back here. This is clearly a full-size SUV. I mean, think Suburban, think Yukon. You're right in that wheelhouse. The design elements feel fresh in here. They don't feel recycled or old, which is really good. FC has always been pretty good at doing that. If you've been in a Grand Cherokee of 21, 22, you'll think, I'm sorry, 20, 21, 19. You'll think this feels like a 2016, 17, and it's because it does. It hasn't been updated. This feels nothing like that. It's a new sheet for them. Okay, Corey, you pointed out something really important to me earlier. This has dimensional letters on the body, the front in particular, instead of illumination. So you see less LED treatment on the Wagoneer. The Grand Wagoneer has basically a light show built into the car, which is really impressive, but not really pragmatic for those who just need to haul their family around. This one does have a towing group. If equipped right, you can tow 10,000 pounds. What's the word? It's nuts. It's nuts. That's the word. That's a lot. It's really quite impressive. Let's open this thing up. If it wants to open up. There it is. Okay, so look at that. Second row is down. I'm sorry, third row is down, second row is up. That is a ton of room. You could put like 2 cows back here, or like 10 puppies. I mean, whatever you're hauling. Hay bales. You could put hay bales in here. I wouldn't do it, but you could. It's
Overland approved?
Overland, yeah. You could overland the entire family in here. Don't even bring a camper. Just throw them all in the back. Pretty impressive. Some things that are often overlooked but important. Bag hooks. This looks like an older design. They used to have kind of funky looking ones. These are, looks like if they break off, you can replace them. They can be pulled out. That's pretty cool. So when you have the third row up, let's see if these will come back up. So when the third row is up, you lose some cargo space, but there's still quite a bit here. That's a lot. A lot of times, a lot of 3-row crossovers these days will shove this third row basically on the glass. So you still have some crumple zone back here. You still have some grocery storage back here. And roof rails, which is pretty cool. So you can store them when you're not using them. If you've ever used roof rails, they are very windy and noisy sometimes. You don't need to leave them on all the time. You've got a good place to store them right here. Pretty impressed with that. And then let's kill one more seat over here. And that's your flat space. I mean, the classic 4x8 sheet of plywood will fit back here, if you can afford it. Okay, that basically sums up the Wagoneer. We're pretty excited about this. The Grand Wagoneer, while it's impressive, isn't really for the masses. This is. I feel like it's going to do some damage to the domestic 3-row SUV market. Really excited to see it hit the streets. Thanks for watching Brake Check and GT Garage Talk, and we will talk to you later.